Hey guys, my name is Vector. Welcome to my classes and how you can get better at Advanced Warfare using specific guns and kill streaks and perks. So yeah, let's get into this. And before we start, I'd just like to say all the guns in here are all unlocked. At least what I use in my classes by rank 24. If you're under that, you can't somehow permanently buy a gun like that. This is not Call of Duty Ghosts. You have to at least be ranked 24 for everything I include in this video. And so yeah, let's jump into this. So the first gun on the list is the Bal 27 with a stock suppressor and quick draw. I use the wildcard primary gunfighter to get these free attachments, so that's how you would do it if you were wondering. Stock so I can move around the map quicker while aiming down sight, so I can easily maneuver and kill enemies a lot more easily than without stock. Suppressor to keep myself off the map, and I like the way it shoots with the gun. Really, I think it's sort of like a muzzle brake as well, so that's pretty good, but doesn't really matter in Call of Duty. That's more of a battlefield sort of thing. And quick draw, just so I can aim in quicker at the enemies and have the advantage. I have no secondary for my so yeah, I have no secondary. I'm just equipping a combat knife because we're gonna use a lot more things. So down here, you've already seen I've got primary gunfighter. I've also got perk 3 greed. Okay, here's perk 3, and what I've got is blast suppressor and toughness. Now let's jump into this. Let's go with toughness first. Flinch less when shot. If you're someone like me that really likes to keep on target but sometimes struggles a bit when the enemies are jumping all around and shooting you, I really recommend toughness. It helps you stay on target, so even if the enemy is shooting you rapidly, you might have a chance of getting your target on them and killing them. So I love that perk. I've had it all through the other Call of Duties ever since I think Black Ops 2, so that was a really useful perk. And blast suppressor, this is probably the most useful of the two. Blast suppressor, invisible on minimap when performing exo moves. If you're someone like me, I like to do a lot of jumping and maneuvering around the map quickly because I don't like having to sprint everywhere when everyone else is jumping around. But I don't like the fact that the enemies can always see me, and if you're trying to get on to high kill streaks and all that, it may be a disadvantage that you're jumping around quite a lot, and so the enemies can easily track you down. So this basically just stops you from appearing on the map whenever you boost or slide or whatever. It will stop this from happening, and I really recommend this perk. I haven't got any perk 2 just because it's not needed really, and for my perk 1 I've got low profile. I definitely recommend using this if you're going on high kill streaks and don't like dying. Basically, it's invisible to UAVs, tracking rounds and exo ping. I really like this a lot. It's really good and it's there forever. So yeah, it's kind of like a really big advantage that I don't think they thought about too much. I could choose lightweight or flak jacket, but it's not really needed since you've got the exo abilities, and moving faster will make you decrease your accuracy. So yeah, and flak jacket because you can just move around quickly and get away from those grenades and all that. So I don't think that's really needed. And my kill streaks finally. I've got a UAV, okay, and the reason why I have a UAV is because it's probably the most useful thing to have if you're trying to get to that warbird or whatever high kill streaks you've got. It helps you know where the enemies are, and you can easily find them unless they're using low profile. But most enemies haven't really found out about this. Most people actually, I should say. So yeah, if we press Y or triangle on PlayStation, you can see all these extra things, and you may wonder, what is this? Basically, these are a couple of upgrades you can add to your kill streak. I know, I was a bit shocked when this happened, but some of them are quite useful. What I'd recommend having is enemy direction. It's basically like a VSAT now, so tick that. And you could either go for the orbital, the threat detection, or the scrambler. I'd recommend the threat detection or the orbital, because these are two of the most useful. So I'm gonna go with orbital, and you can choose the next one if you want, but to me it's not really needed. For my second score streak, I've got a missile strike. Now the missile strike is sort of like a Hellstorm missile from Black Ops 2, and basically what I've got is extra missiles, nano swarm, and I was thinking about the Hellfire missile, which is basically the copy of Black Ops 2. But the thing is, these missiles are a lot better, especially nano swarm, because basically the missile leaves behind a swarm of nanobots, which will go and kill a load of other enemies, so that's great. For my last one, I've got the Warbird with cloak, extra flare, and yeah, I really like these ones. Cloak, basically if you're in trouble, put the cloak onto your Warbird. It, like, the enemies can barely see it. It's still pretty easy to see those, considering it's massive, but it's better than being shot down so easily by being visible in the air. So my second one is extra flares. Really recommend this one. You could go for Warbird, Wingman, Rockets, Aggressor, but I can normally see all the enemies, and these ones aren't really needed to me. I like to go solo, so yeah. Now let's jump into the next class. The next class is the SN6. This isn't a fully finished class. I've just unlocked this weapon and I'm still testing it out. So maybe I'll do it in the next live commentary. I'm not quite sure. And yeah, we will leave that alone because I haven't really tested it out properly. Third class, the AK-12. This is a really underrated class, I think, because it barely has any recoil and does quite a lot of damage. So yeah, let's jump into this. For my attachments, I've got a suppressor, parabolic microphone, and foregrip. And obviously I've got the primary gunfighter for one of my wildcards. The suppressor obviously helps me keep off the map. The parabolic microphone, makes suppressed weapons fire appears on your mini-map. That means you can literally see anyone. No one can hide from you when they're shooting. And I really like this. But the thing is, it does do a bit of disadvantages if you wanted to, say, use another class. So yeah, I'm not quite sure. It's not needed, but I like it a lot, and that's why I've chosen it. And for my last attachment, I've got the foregrip. I'm gonna eventually unlock stock and quick draw and definitely put it on, but until then, I'm using this class. For my perk 1, low profile, perk 2, blind eye. I haven't mentioned this to you. Basically, undetectable by tracking drones, explosive drones, and all kill score streaks except the UAV. Yes. So the thing is, you're basically invisible to everything now because you've got low profile on it as well. So basically, no one can literally see you. You're like a stealth ninja. This is like the stealth ninja class, so yeah, that sounds weird. And for my perk 3, I've got a blast suppressor and toughness. Same thing, blast suppressor really helps you out when you're jumping around, so the enemies can't see you. Toughness helps you stay on point with those bullets when an enemy is shooting at you. I haven't got any secondary. I think it's pretty needed a lot, but the thing is, I haven't come into a time where I really needed it the most, because I can normally just double tap A, or if you're on PlayStation X and then just go and knife the person. So yeah, or you could always just switch to your combat knife as well, and then easily just run up to them. It may not always work. That really depends on you, but the thing is, I like this class quite a lot. Obviously, I've got perk 3 greed just to get those 2 ones. Don't think they come automatically. And for my score streaks, I've got enemy direction, obviously, and scrambler. Okay, I chose a different class for this one. And for my score streak 2, I've got the orbital care package, which you get at 700. And I've got a trap because you find loads of enemies try and get it, so they're gonna have a surprise. And drone delivery, so it adds thrusters, allowing it to seek you out before landing. This is really good because you can easily call it in quickly and it will land to you. Even if you're running, it will try and track you and land to you. You can choose between this and better odds, but I don't think this is really needed. Normally, because I like to earn better kill streaks through my actual gun. So yeah. And for my third kill streak, I've got the Warbird. This time I've got rockets, and I've got Warbird Wingman. This is kind of like a support kill streak thing in this class. I'm not really too serious with this class as I am with the Bell. So yeah, the fourth class is the ASM1. I haven't really got into this class too much. I don't really like it too much. I think the SMGs are way too underpowered, and so I really think this is a assault rifle game. But there are some good ones, such as this one. What I used to do was I used to rock a foregrip and laser sight. I haven't got much on it just because I haven't used it too much. But I actually like the red dot sight on it with the laser sight, so you can get that accuracy going, and it's really good with the hip fire. So that's why I've chosen a laser sight, just to help me out even more. Obviously, no secondary. Perk 1 greed to get low profile and flak jacket. Flak jacket basically helps you out with explosive damage. What I am doing, I know what I said, that this isn't really needed, but there are times if you're rushing out with an SMG that you will be bombed, so that's why I've chose this. The Bow really wasn't a rushy class. The Bow to me was kind of just a high scoring class, mid-range really, not too close personal. So yeah, and for my perk 3 I've also got the greed, toughness, blast presser, obviously you guys know what that is. My exo ability, I don't normally put this on my classes, as you can see, and the reason why I've put this is because I'm really going out with this. I've also got exo hover, but I don't think this is really needed. You're easily gonna die in the middle of your hovering, so I wouldn't use that. Basically, it's called Exo Stim, and it temporarily generate health beyond normal levels. You guys probably have heard about that. And it is quite a good class. I mean, it takes twice as hard for the enemies to actually kill you, so I really like this exo ability. But then again, I don't really use the exo abilities too much. I just like to use the jumping and all that, because I don't think they're really needed, to be honest with you. No exo launcher, UAV, oops, sorry. Got UAV, enemy direction, extra time, missile strike. I've got the extra missiles, rocking, and the extra missiles again. What I may do is actually change that to the nano swarm. Yeah, and for my Warbird, I've got a cloak and extra time, so that's good. And finally, our last class, the HBRA3. Now, I've just been experimenting with this class, haven't got much on, but I really think people are underrating this class quite a lot. Now, the thing is, At first, it may not be that good. You may find it is very underpowered, but you have to use it in the right way. It's very good with the hip fire, I've really got to say, and you can really maneuver around the map quickly. Obviously, I've got foregrip because it's the only class attachment I've got, but I probably would anyway put it on because the recall's alright, but it still could use a bit of extra help, so that's why I've got the foregrip. I have got a secondary on. I'm not using the RW1, I am using the Atlas 45. A lot of people don't like this, but the RW1, I still need to get a better version of it because the normal version is very, very underpowered. So that's why I haven't went with it, and this is just good for taking those last couple of shots on the person, and it's not a one-shot reload gun like the RW1, so if you miss that first shot and the enemy's right in front of you, you're done basically. And so yeah, for my perks, I've got lightweight. I would go with low profile, but this gun is quite slow at times. And for my perk 2, I've got blind eye. Perk 3, toughness, blast suppressor, and I have got an extra ability here. I've got exo overclock to get that speed boost. You can choose something like exo stim, but I don't think it's really needed, really. I just chose this as a bit of a help. It's not exactly needed as much as any other thing in your class, so yeah. And I've also got an exo launcher, frag grenades. I also got tracking drones, which isn't really that good, and threat grenade. Threat grenade I would recommend, and actually I'm going to switch to that now because this is very good to spot enemies out of nowhere. If you're in a gunfight, you miss those first couple of shots, the enemy's hiding behind a wall, you're hiding behind a wall, but you don't know where exactly he is. Throw one in the room, boom, you see him, shoot him through the wall, or do whatever you like. That will help you out a lot. I've got perk 3 greed because I was planning on getting more attachments after this video, so yeah, but for now it's not really needed. For my score streaks, I've got UAV, Vulcan and Warbird. This class isn't finished yet, so there are no upgrades on it, so yeah. But normally what I would choose is enemy direction, orbital. I would choose light show, overcharge, extra burst. I would choose extra burst and light show. And for the Warbird, I would choose cloak and probably aggressor. And so yeah, all classes are a bit different in my playstyle, so that's why sometimes I'm not using something in this class, but I'm using something in this class. So yeah guys, that has been all my classes. Obviously this will get better as time goes on, and I'm very trying to get to that first prestige. Double XP is on right now, so I think it's time to get the opponent on. Anyway guys, see ya.